Hey guys, how's it going? We got some great news tonight. We just got a brand new pack revealed out of the OCG called Limited Pack GX Raw Yellow. Now this pack is really cool because it's very similar to the pack that we got last year for Cypher Red. If you guys don't remember, we got that pack revealed last year and that pack had a lot of really good cards in it. That pack had Conduction Warrior Linear Plus Minus, which is a really great card in Magnet Warrior. We also got a bunch of Archfiend cards in that pack for Titan who used Archfiends in GX. We also got Prima's Light, which is cool for Alexis, and we also got some support for Jaden in his hero archetype. This new Raw Yellow pack is the exact same, so we're getting a ton of really cool support for GX characters. Now, when I say a lot of these cards are really cool, they're really cool in design, but some of these cards are pretty mid. I honestly really do question a lot of the card design behind some of these cards. However, even though some of these cards are pretty questionable, there is one really good card here. There's a really standout card that's honestly amazing for the archetype it supports. Now, a really awesome card is this new Arcana Force card. This new card is really cool because it's a turn 0 play, but at the same time you can get nothing here. The Arcana Force cards require them to flip a coin to get an effect, so if you flip heads, you're just kinda screwed. If the coin lands on heads, it's so funny because you have to destroy your own monster and then you take damage. However, if you get tails though, you get to destroy one opponent's monster, which is so much better. It's just really funny to me how you can get nothing out of this card. We also got Plasma Warrior item, which is pretty cool because this card is definitely meant to be support for Magnet Warrior. If you guys don't know, I'm a really big fan of Magnet Warrior, and when that archetype got support in the OCG and the TCG, I made a bunch of combos for them. It's really unfortunate though that the card isn't that great. It's just another brick and the card is just kind of a mid extender. It does make me pretty sad because this is one of the cards I was most excited about. Now the real star of the show though is this new hero card. This card is amazing. Finally, we're getting Elemental Hero Clayguardman. If you guys don't know, Jaden summoned this card against Astro Phoenix and this card was really cool in the anime. Basically, if you guys didn't know, what Jaden did was activate Metamorphosis on his Clayman and he turned the card into Clayguardman. The card didn't do much in the show, but the card is just so cool. I'm a real big fan of this card's art. I think he looks so cool. The effects on this card are also stellar. If this card is special summoned, you get to special summon one elemental hero monster from your deck. It also doesn't negate the card's effect, which is amazing. Now you also get to do some burn, which honestly really isn't that helpful and can hurt you sometimes. You're also locked into hero, which really doesn't matter. Getting locked into hero in a hero deck is irrelevant because you're only gonna summon heroes anyways. A lot of the other cards lock you into hero for the whole turn as well. The second effect is a really nice protection effect as well because elemental hero monsters you control can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. That's really great against cards like Vildraw's Harmonia. That new hand trap is taking over the OCG right now. This card is incredibly good. It's a free extender and it protects your cards. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple of really cool hero combos using Clayguardman. So for the first combo, the only card that you need in your hand is going to be Instant Fusion. You're going to activate this card and now you get to summon a level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. This is also treated as a proper fusion summon, but the card cannot attack and it's destroyed during the end phase. None of those really matter at all. Now we're going to summon our Clayguardman. Now on summon, the effect of Clayguardman will activate here. Now you get to special summon one elemental hero monster from your deck. Now the monster that we're going to summon here is going to be Elemental Hero Stratos. Now Clayguardman can also do some burn damage here, but your opponent won't have a card anyways because you went first. But even if your opponent controlled the card, you're not going to want to burn them. The reason why is because Elemental Hero Stratos on summon can let you add a hero card from your deck to your hand. The problem with Stratos though is that it's a when effect. That means the effect of Stratos to add a card from your deck to your hand on summon can miss the timing. This is really bad because it means if you activated the effect to burn your opponent, you're not going to be able to search off Stratos. Now obviously, like I said, it matters if your opponent has a card because they're not going to have a card most of the time. You just have to keep that in mind. If your opponent does have a card, you're never going to want to burn them if you summon Stratos. You do not want to miss the timing on searching a card off your deck off the effect of Stratos. So now the effect of Stratos will activate on summon and now we get to add a hero monster from our deck to our hand. Now we're going to use the effect of Stratos to get a search for Miracle Ejector. Now you may be a bit confused here how you're able to add Miracle Ejector, you have to add a hero card. The really nice thing about Miracle Ejector is that this card is always treated as an elemental hero card, so it's searchable. Now we're going to activate the effect of the Miracle Ejector in our hand. You get to send a Neospatian card from your deck to the grave to summon this card from your hand. Now the card that I'm going to send from my deck to the grave is going to be Aqua Dolphin, but you can send whichever Neospatian that you want here. It really doesn't matter here. Now we get to summon Miracle Ejector from our hand. Now we're going to activate the effect of Miracle Ejector on summon. What this card will do on normal or special summon is let you add a spell or trap that mentions an elemental hero monster's name from your deck to your hand. Now there are a lot of spell and traps that mention an elemental hero monster's name, but the best ones are the cards that mention Neos. So from our deck to our hand, we're going to add Ian Shuffle. You can add this card from your deck to your hand because this card does mention elemental hero Neos. Now we're going to activate the Ian Shuffle from our hand. What this card will let you do is return one elemental hero or Neospatian monster on your field back to your deck, and then you get to summon one with a different name. So we're going to take our Miracle Ejector, who's treated as an elemental hero card, and return that card back to our deck, and we're going to summon elemental hero Spirit of Neos. Now we're going to activate the effect of Spirit of Neos on summon. What this card will let you do on special summon is add one polymerization or a spell or trap card that mentions an elemental hero monster's name. Now like I said earlier, there are lots of really good spells and traps that mention an elemental hero monster's name, but instead here we're going to add polymerization. Now we're going to activate the second effect of elemental hero Hero Spirit of Neos. What this card will let you do is return this card back to your deck to summon a vanilla Elemental Hero monster. The vanilla Elemental Hero monster that you want to summon is always going to be Elemental Hero Neos. The other vanilla Elemental Hero monsters like Avion, Burstinatrix, Sparkman, and Clayman are not that good. Now here we're going to activate the Polymerization in our hand. Now we get to fusion summon using monsters from our field, and our hand is material. The monsters that we're going to use are Elemental Hero Neos and Elemental Hero Stratos. The monster that we're going to fusion summon here is Elemental Hero Flamewingman Infernal Rage. It's also incredibly important that the monsters that use as material here are going to be Stratos and Neos. You really want to get both of those cards in your grave. Now the effect of Infernal Rage will activate on fusion summon. If this card is special summoned, you get to add one card from your deck to your hand that's favorite in its card text name. There's quite a lot of favorite cards, but the best one to add here is definitely Favorite Contact. Now we're going to activate the other effect of Infernal Rage. If this card was fusion summoned using a vanilla monster, you get to tribute this card on the field. Now you get to summon a hero monster from your deck or extra deck that's level 7 or lower. However, the monster that you summon here could not be able to be normal summon or set, and you also get to ignore the card's summoning condition. This is incredibly good and really important that we use Neos as material. Now we're going to activate this effect of Infernal Rage and tribute this card on the field. Now we're going to summon Elemental Hero Sunriser from our extra deck. Now we're going to activate the effect of Sunriser on special summon. When this card is special summoned, you get to add Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. Now the reason why Sunriser is so good here is because the card doesn't care if it was fusion summoned. Some cards in the game care whether or not they're fusion summoned or special summoned to get a search. Sunriser is really cool here because the card doesn't care. It can be fusion or special summoned to get a search. Now we're going to activate this card's effect and add Miracle Fusion from our deck to our hand. Now we're going to activate the Miracle Fusion in our hand. What this card will let you do is fusion summon one Elemental Hero Fusion by banishing the materials from your grave or your field. So we're going to banish Infernal Rage and Neos in order to fusion summon. Now it's incredibly important here that you have to banish those two. You cannot banish Stratos from your grave in this combo. You also have to banish Neos because you need another vanilla monster for fusion material. So now we're going to fusion summon Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Voltic Thunder. This card is pretty cool because when this card is fusion summoned, it can destroy cards on your opponent's field. Obviously that's not very good going first, but it has very good going second application. Voltic Thunder does have a really good effect on the field though. If this card was fusion summoned using a normal monster as material, you get to tribute this card on the field. Now you get to summon an Elemental Hero monster from your grave. This is why it's incredibly important that you have to use Neos as material. It's also really important to keep Stratos in your grave as well. If you were to banish Stratos from your grave off Miracle Fusion, you wouldn't be able to summon it back. That's really bad because it's the best card to summon here. This is why you have to banish Infernal Rage and Neos. So now we're going to summon the Stratos from our grave and activate this card's effect again. It's really great that we get to activate the effect of Stratos again because this card is really old. A lot of effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now are hard ones per turn when they add a card from your deck to your hand. That's really great that Stratos is a really old card because he can activate his effect as many times as he wants. So we're going to use the effect of Stratos here to add Duskcore from our deck to our hand. Now the next part of this combo is semi-important. It's really not that big of a deal, but you can play around Harmonia here. Clayguardman's protection effect is really cool here because your opponent can't activate Harmonia on Stratos or Sunriser. However, the issue with Clayguardman will only protect Elemental Hero monsters. We're going to end up summoning some extra hero cards here, so Clayguardman will not protect those cards. As a result here, you can either choose to link it with a Sunriser or the Clayguardman here. Now it really doesn't matter because keeping Sunriser on the field really doesn't change much in the combo. It is really good to link with Clayguardman here because during the end phase the card will get destroyed anyways. You're basically saving a monster for free. You're going to take Stratos and you're going to take Clayguardman to summon extra hero Wonder Driver. Now we're going to activate the effect of Duskcore in our hand. What you get to do is banish a hero monster from your grave to summon this card. You're going to summon to the zone that Wonder Driver points to. This is incredibly important because now you're going to trigger the effect of Wonder Driver. If a monster is summoned to a zone that this card points to, you get to take a fusion card in your grave and set it to your field. You can also set a mass change card in your grave as well, but we don't have one. Now we're also going to activate the effect of Duskcore here. When this card is normal or special summon, you get to add a mass hero monster from your deck to your hand. It can't be another copy of this card, but that really doesn't matter. So first here we're going to use the effect of Wonder Driver to set our Miracle Fusion from our grave. Now the effect of Duskcore will activate here and get a search for Furnace. Now we're going to take our Duskcore and our Wonder Driver to link summon again. This time we're going to summon extra hero Infernal Divisor. We're going to activate the effect of Infernal Divisor and link summon here. If this card is link summoned, you get to reveal one hero fusion in your extra deck and add up to 2 materials specifically mentioned on that card with different names. You have to reveal one of the triple contact cards because you need 2 Neos patients here. Now you can pick either Storm Neos, Magma Neos, or Chaos Neos here. But in this combo though, if you pick Storm Neos, you have to send a different Neos patient from your deck to the grave that is not Aqua Dolphin. So you can pick either Chaos Neos here or Magma Neos. I'm going to pick Magma Neos because that one's my favorite. Now we're going to reveal this card and now you get to add Flare Scarab and Grand Mal from your deck to your hand. Now we're going to activate the effect of Furnace in our hand. You get to reveal this card in your hand and add either one Polymerization or Mass Change from your deck to your hand. Afterwards, you have to discard a card and you cannot summon anything for the rest of the turn except for hero monsters. That's fine with me. We're going to add Mass Change from our deck to our hand and then we're going to discard Furnace. Now because we have 2 Mass Heroes in our grave, we're going to activate our Miracle Fusion. Now we get to fusion summon one Elemental Hero Fusion by banishing the materials from our grave. We're going to summon Mass Hero Contrast. We're going to banish our Duskcore from the grave and our Furnace so we can fusion summon. Now I know this may look a little weird. How are you able to summon a Mass Hero? You have to summon an Elemental Hero. The really nice thing about Contrast is that this card is always treated as an Elemental Hero card. This means that yes, we can summon this card off Miracle Fusion. Contrast is also incredibly good because once per turn you get to target a card on the field and negate that card's effect until the end of the turn. That's really great because because this card is just an Omni Negate. No one would ever complain about a free negate. Now here you're going to activate your Mask Change and send Divisor to the grave. Now you get to summon a masked hero from your extra deck that has the same attribute as the monster you sent to the grave. Now because Divisors are dark, you get to summon a dark monster here, so we're going to summon Masked Hero Darklaw. This is a really good Masked Hero card still to this day. Now Darklaw came out over a decade ago, but this card is still really good. Any card sent to your opponent's grave is banished instead, and once per turn when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you get to banish a random card from their hand. This is crazy broken. Honestly pretty insane this card was made back in like 2014. Now we're going to set our favorite contact and end our turn. Now as soon as your opponent's turn starts and they draw for their turn, you're going to activate your face down favorite contact. You want to activate this card immediately. What this card will let you do is special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions the hero monster as material, ignoring the card's summoning condition. On top of that, you get to take the materials from your hand, field, grave, and or banishment and place them back into your deck. On top of that, if you used Elemental Hero Neos as material, neither player can return that card back to the extra deck. Now we're going to take Neospace from Guardman and Flare Scarab in our hand and place them on the bottom of our deck. We're also going to take our banished Neos and the Aqua Dolphin in our grave and place them on the bottom of our deck. Now we're going to summon Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos. Now Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos is so broken. If you thought Darklaw was good, take a look at this card. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you get to activate this effect this turn. For the rest of this turn, your opponent could not activate any cards, and cards your opponent controls could not activate their effects either. Your opponent also could not respond to this effect. That is crazy broken. It's basically a turn skip. So basically your opponent can't do anything here. This is crazy broken. It's also one of the reasons why it's really scary whenever heroes get good support. It basically turns hero into Floodgate and turn skip turbo. It's really scary to give this deck good support. Okay, now I showed you guys how to use Instant Fusion as your starter, but you're probably wondering what happens if we don't open Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion as a card is only at 1 for a good reason, so we can't rely on opening that card every game. I'm going to show you guys how to combo into this card as well. In this combo, the only card that you need in your hand is going to be Stratos. You're going to normal summon Stratos and activate this card's effect, and now we're going to add Miracle Ejector from our deck to our hand. We're going to activate the effect of Miracle Ejector and send Aqua Dolphin from our deck to the grave so we can summon this card. Now we're going to activate the effect of our Miracle Ejector, and now we get to add a spell or trap from our deck to our hand that mentions an elemental hero monster name. Once again, we're going to add Ian Shuffle. We're going to activate Ian Shuffle here and return our Miracle Ejector back to our deck, and now we get to summon a hero or a Neospatian with a different name. Here we're going to summon Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos. Spirit of Neos effect will activate now. Now we get to add Polymerization or a spell or trap that mentions an Elemental Hero monster name. Here we're going to add Polymerization. We're going to activate the effect of our Spirit of Neos here and return this card back to our deck to summon a vanilla E-Hero from our deck. Now we're going to summon Elemental Hero Neos. Now here we're going to activate Polymerization to fusion summon. We're going to take Stratos and Neos here to fusion summon Elemental Hero Flamewingman Infernal Rage. Now the effect of Infernal Rage will activate here. Now we're going to activate the effect of Infernal Rage to get a search for favorite contact. Now we're going to activate the second effect of Infernal Rage here. Because we summon this card using a normal monster as material, now you get to tribute this card on your field. Now we get to summon Sunriser from our extra deck. Now the effect of Sunriser will activate on special summon. Now we get to add Miracle Fusion from our deck to our hand. Now we're going to activate Miracle Fusion here. Now last time what we did before was we summoned Voltic Thunder. We're not going to do that here. We're going to summon Clayguardman here. To summon Clayguardman, you need one Elemental Hero monster plus a Warrior monster. Now all you have to do is banish the proper materials from your grave, and now we can summon Clayguardman. Now the effect of Clayguardman will activate on special summon. Now we get to special summon one Elemental Hero monster from our deck. Now we're going to summon Stratos from our deck here. Now the effect of Stratos will activate here because this card was summoned. Now we get to add a hero monster from our deck to our hand. Here we're going to get a search for Masked Hero Duskcrow. Now in this combo we want to save our Clayguardman because this card is very good on the field. So now you're going to take Sunriser and Stratos to link summon into Wonder Driver. Now you get to summon Duskcrow to a zone that Wonder Driver points to. So as you guys can see, it does not matter. We don't have to rely on opening Instant Fusion. The reason why the first combo is really good is because you get to save your normal summon. If the Instant Fusion line gets interrupted, then you can just save your normal summon and normal summon later. The second combo is a bit better because it doesn't rely on opening Instant Fusion, but you do have to use your normal summon there. Using your normal summon really isn't that big of a deal. It's honestly pretty good that we don't have to open Instant Fusion there. It's really good in the second combo that we get to keep Clayguardman. This card will protect your monsters on your field on your opponent's turn. Now I'm not going to finish the rest of this combo because it would be really boring to show you guys the same combo twice. I will show you guys the end board because you get the exact same thing. So in this combo, just like the other one, what you get is Cosmo Neos on the opponent's turn, so you get a turn skip there. You also get Darklaw there, so now you get Macro Cosmos and a hand rip, and you also have Contrast there, so it's an Omni Negate. The change here is that instead of having Sunriser, you get Clayguardman. Clayguardman is so much better because it will protect your other Elemental Hero monsters. Once again, this is also a one card combo. So as you guys can see, Clayguardman is a fantastic card. It's very good as a starter if you open Instant Fusion, but the card is also a fantastic extender. It's basically the perfect card. It's also really great that this gives you some anti-Harmonia lines. This card also makes the win career with Sabatel so much better. If you guys don't remember, that's the card Jaden got in the Overframe set. With Clayguardman, it makes Instant Fusion such a good starter. That means it might be pretty good to play some Sabatel now. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This new Clayguardman is insane and without a doubt the best card in this entire set. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys for the next video.